We begin with a live look at UMass Lowell, where students are sheltering in place after reports of a man on campus who may have been carrying a gun. We've just learned that police will begin evacuating students building by building.
Now, we have seen police searching the area in and around the campus. You can see police dogs also helping out in this search. There are no reports of any injuries, nor any reports of shots being fired. WBZ's Kristina is live for us at UMass Lowell tonight with the breaking details on what's happening right now. Kristina.
David and Lisa, we're here outside the Sangay Center, where we're expecting at some point to hear from somebody with UMass Lowell with the information they have right now. But what we know right now is that students in the school community got an alert text about sheltering in place roughly 2 hours ago, they tell me. I'm going to tell you a little bit of what those text messages read. First, it said there was an emergency of a reported weapons incident at the Riverview Suites. Now, that's housing on the South Campus. It said police and emergency responders were on their way. After that, students got a second message saying that Lowell police were looking for a 5'5" Asian male wearing a gray or white sweatshirt and black shorts, carrying a long weapon, who had been seen in the rear of Riverview Suites. I did swing by the Riverview Suites area and saw loads of first responders. Of course, Lowell police were there, UMass Lowell police were there, EMS and fire were there, and then I also saw members of Watertown police and the FBI wearing vests that said FBI on the back, all responding to the scene. Students have been in lockdown now for about 2 hours. Now, just some context. As you mentioned, as we know, no injuries have been reported yet. No actual shooting, just a sighting of a man with a gun is what has prompted this massive lockdown here at UMass Lowell. Today is the first day of classes for the academic year, and I actually just spoke with two freshman boys who were in their first day of college classes ever when they got that alert. They're on lockdown right now, and here's what they had to say.
We're both freshmen. It's our first day of class.
Yeah.
First day of class ever.
Yeah. Yep. Our college class.
And just tell me what happened.
And we were just in class, like about to get out, and we got the notification saying like, hey, there's what was it, like a weapons incident?
Yeah, weapon incident on campus. That was the initial text, and then it came out that there was a 5'5" Asian male with a weapon on campus.
And then it just says like shelter in place. Here, this is can I flip my screen? I don't know how to do that, but we're trying. We have like text from campus police, and everything.
So you were in the middle of class when that happened.
We were about to get out.
You were in the middle of class.
Our last class of the day.
We were in our personal last class of the day.
What was the situation like? I mean, how were people reacting when that text came across?
Well, initially, everyone got that text, and we all started looking at each other and whispering. The teacher was teaching, so he didn't see it. And eventually I raised my hand. I was like, hey, we just got a text saying there was a weapons found on campus. Like, what do we do?
So we immediately went to lockdown here, just on our own, and then the text came in to do it. And then eventually we all just decided to barricade the door ourselves, using what knowledge we had from previous Alice training that some of us had taken to just protect ourselves.
And how are you feeling now? I mean, you've been on lockdown for how long in an academic building?
Almost 2 hours.
And those two boys, Tyler and Harlem, again, freshman boys here, their first day of class at UMass Lowell. They tell me they are scared, but they went into immediate response mode, barricading the door really of their own volition because of prior experience with Alice trainings, which is active shooter trainings in schools that these kids have grown up with. I did just now receive a text message from one of them saying that they are starting the process of evacuations right now. So they do feel that they're going to be evacuated from that academic building soon, and they'll make sure to update us on the condition just on campus right now. For now, live in Lowell, Kristina Rex, WBZ News.
Great information, Kristina. Thank you. This is not just affecting UMass Lowell. We have also learned that Middlesex Community College is canceling all of its classes at both campuses, the one in Lowell and the one in Bedford. What you're looking at right here is the Health and Sciences building at UMass Lowell, just to give you an idea of the size of that campus. And that's something we want to talk about with WBZ security analyst Ed Davis, who joins us now. Ed, thanks for being here. Should we be encouraged that more than 2 hours into this search, police haven't found anything?
Hi, Lisa. Certainly, it's a good sign that they haven't been able to locate an individual, and there's also been no specific reports of shots fired. However, there is a very troubling video on social media that's been circulating that shows a man with a long rifle, dressed in black clothing, and walking very close to that dormitory. The dormitory is right next to the Department of Public Works, on the grounds of the old General Electric building in Lowell, and it's immediately adjacent to the buildings that Kristina was reporting from.
And Ed, obviously, as the former police commissioner in Boston, a city with so many college campuses, what is the protocol when police are looking for someone in an area as wide as a college campus?
Well, it's pretty standard protocol at this point, David. There will be a full call out of something called NEMLEC, the Northern Middlesex Law Enforcement Council and Northern Massachusetts Law Enforcement Council, a consortium of police departments and their SWAT teams, along with their specialized equipment like the Bearcats that you see on the scene. Clearly, there's an FBI tactical unit there as well, and the Mass State Police activated their air wing some time ago. So this is a full court press. The procedure is this: you need to establish a perimeter and then secure the perimeter. So it takes a while. This building is not far from the riverbank. Someone could make their way down to the river and in a heavily wooded area down there. But the big concern is the buildings that the students are in and the teachers. We're going to have to secure the outside perimeter first, and then very methodically make your way into the buildings and clear each building, which takes some time. So 2 hours to clear the outside makes a lot of sense, and now they're moving building by building to evacuate people and make sure the suspect isn't in there.
Yeah, and that explains why this process does take so long. Ed, when these searches don't turn up a weapon, they don't turn up a person who is any kind of a threat, you still have a lot of people who are concerned, who are fearful and anxious. Is there a way to address this after the fact with the student body, with the community at large, that is helpful in putting people at ease?
Yes, the young students interviewed earlier talked about ALICE training. There's also active shooter training that comes out of the Department of Homeland Security. And we spend a lot of time doing that, actually. It does make people feel better because everybody should have a plan. And that's the key to it, is to be aware of your surroundings, to be cautious, and to make sure that if an incident does occur, you have a plan to deal with it. I think that empowers people and makes them feel a little more at ease. But tragically, this guy is still in the wind, and until they're able to either rule it out or find the suspect, it's a very uncertain time for everybody involved.
And Ed, you mentioned these ALICE drills. I have a 10 and 12-year-old. They do them in school now, as sad as that sounds. So a lot of these college kids have been doing these for years. And we thank you so much, Ed, for joining us. We really appreciate it. Again, you're looking at Sky Eye right now over UMass Lowell, where there were reports of someone with a gun on campus. The latest from police is that they're going to go building to evacuate the students. You do see some of them out on the sidewalk. We've been bringing you live news team coverage of this on our streaming service, CBS News Boston. You can find that on the CBS News app, Pluto TV, and on our website, WBZ.com. Again, we will continue to follow what's happening there in Lowell.